Hello and welcome to the Clever Channel. I am Jason, your host. I hope you're having a splendiferous day and that things are going well and that you have a reason to smile. Well, let's see. Last time we talked about how my autistic side, my ASD. We also need to talk about the other parts. So let's talk about ADHD today. Attention Deficit Hyper Disorder, or whatever you want to call it. It's my version, the version I'm going to talk about from my experience and how it affects me, is going to be coloured by my autism, because it's classed as a comorbidity, which means it's all part of one gelatinous lump. It's all part of a combined, a storm. It's not all separate in their own compartments. So, yeah. How can I put it? It sucks. It's what causes me to burn out on games, or to focus on games. It's what causes me to stop watching a TV series 3/4 of the way through, even though I love it. It's what causes me to get distracted by every little thing in my house. It causes me to having so many different coping strategies. I can find myself distracted by anything in the world or in my mind. I can find myself wanting to eat the same thing for 100 days in a row. And then all of a sudden, I'll find myself hating that thing and needing to change. I will get completely and totally worn out, or completely and totally hyper. I will be unable to focus. I will focus too much. I will be on a path that I can't turn away from. Never get in an argument with an ADHD person. Walk away, because their brain, their mind will just continue along that path. I remember, if you ask a question of someone with ADHD, you've got to let them finish, because they're going to go into detail and they need to be able to get all of what they're... When you access one of their special interests and you say, oh, by the way, can you tell me about such and such VR headset or something else like that? They are going to talk about it for hours, and they are going to go so deep into it, and with all the data and everything. And until their brain has said, okay, we can stop now, they can't stop. I wouldn't have to say to a police officer who was questioning me about some stuff that was going on, I had to say, listen, if you ask me about this, I'm going to answer it, but I'll answer it in my own way. I'm not being stubborn, I'm not thinking, I know, but if you ask me this question, I will talk about it until my brain decides that subject matter is over. And that might not agree with how you want to proceed and ask the next question, because you cannot ask the next question if I haven't answered the first one completely to my brain's complete and total happiness. It can be a great source of strength. It can allow me to complete multiple hundreds of projects. It can also make me leave thousands of projects half done. It can cause me to want to buy a new set of equipment, something I'm so excited about. And that life is wonderful and this new project is going to be the best thing in my life. And then, by the time the equipment arrives from Amazon the next day, or even that same day, later in the day, my brain will say, I'm bored now. No, let's go on to something else. Tidying for someone like me is a very abstract situation and can lead to multiple issues. What do I mean by that? Let's say I go downstairs and I want to do the dishes. Okay, so I'm doing the dishes, I'm staring ahead, everything's fine, I'm listening to my audio book and the world is working and makes sense, and then all of a sudden my eyes just will shoot to my left and I'll see a cable on the side of the cupboard, and my brain will say, you know what, I haven't checked how many of those cables I've got in the house, so I will leave the washing half done. I will wander around the house, I will open every drawer, I will open every cupboard, I will go through the bags in the attic, all looking for every single one of these cables. And then halfway through that, my brain will say, I need to do the washing. I will go downstairs and I'll realise that there's a load of laundry in the washer. A load of laundry in the washer that has been washed 3 times. Because every time I've washed it, I've forgotten that it's been washed, and I've left it there and it hasn't been taken out and put on the line. So, yeah. And then, partway through that, I think, okay, the water, my water bucket thing that is filtration stuff needs some kind of improvement. And then I think, okay, this water tastes okay. Do I need to clean it? Okay, so I'll take apart the water filter and I'll clean the water filter and I'll put that back together. And I still haven't done the other half of the washing. And it's getting late now, and then I'll walk into the living room and think, you know what, I haven't catalogued and reorganised all my Blu-rays yet. And so I'll start doing that. And then I'll decide, okay, I need to refill my water drink. Got to refill that. So I'll take my water drink, I'll put it down in the kitchen, just on the side, and then I'll go over to the fridge to get my juice out to add to the water. I'll notice that one of the cold water flasks that I've got is only part fill, so I'll take that out, I'll refill it, I'll put it back, and then I'll go back. Remember, I haven't done all these bits and pieces. I have left bits and little remnants of whatever's going on at different stages, different parts. All part of the house looks like a bomber's hit it, because all of these partially done things are there. And then I'll look around and see that it's a mess. So I'll start picking up stuff and I'll think, no, too much stuff, there's too much stuff. I can't clean all this stuff, so I'll just get a black bag out of the cupboard and start putting stuff in the black bag, and then put it in the cupboard out of the way. Yeah, can't see it, doesn't exist. I can't see it, doesn't exist. Then, at that point in time, I will go back upstairs and I will remember, hey, I'm thirsty, where's my drink? Oh, it's downstairs because I didn't bring it with me. Then I'll go back downstairs. And when I go back downstairs, I'll notice that I haven't finished the washing, so I'll have to start the washing. Then the washing is partially done, but then I will realise, you know what? I haven't counted how many tea towels I have. What if I need to buy some more tea towels and I haven't realised I need to buy some more tea towels? What if I run out of tea towels? What if I get to a point where there's no tea towels and I can't dry my stuff and that? So then I have to go through the cupboards looking for tea towels. And then when I'm in the cupboard looking for tea towels, I'll notice that there's a couple of plastic containers there, and I'll think, how many of these plastic containers do I own? And so then I'll open up all the other cupboards and get out the plastic here. Do you see why a person with ADHD is always exhausted? This is just the basics. This is just the very much basics of a tiny, tiny smidgen of what a person deals with in these situations. And my brain is always inundated with hundreds of thousands of different projects and ideas and things to do and places to go and things I want to complete, and sometimes it is so much that I'm completely catatonic. There's too many things to do, so I will just sit there doing absolutely nothing at all. I will just vegetate and thinking, but I'm not resting. No. My brain is going 1,000 miles a second trying to create a sense of order, trying to figure out which one of the many things I'm supposed to do or want to do I will do at a second, and instead I will just sit there. It's like having a car engine and you're just revving it. You're not engaging the gears. It's just revving at maximum red line over and over and over, and there's nothing you can do to stop it because you can't choose what to do, where to go, how to do it, and why. And that exhausts you as well. And then you can have ADHD burnout where you're fucking totally burnout, just like autistic burnout, and you can spend so much time in this fugue state, just burnt out on the sofa, doing nothing, unable to move, unable to act. And then games, oh my god, games. I will buy a new game, it will interest me. By the time it's installed, even if it only takes 30 seconds to install, my brain can be totally and completely distracted and say, oh, not interested in this now. And so, this is one of the main problems. But at the same time, I need to have at least 1,000 fucking games installed on my system so that if my brain does decide it wants to play a game, that it actually gets to play a game. Because if I've got to install the game, then by the time it's installed, I might not want to play. But if I turn it on and get to the menu, I might actually play a fucking game and not just look at the screen and think, I don't know what to do. And so this continues on and on and on, all through the day, all through the night. And this is also changed and evolved and weirded out by my autism, which makes it all even more. By the time you've listened to this, you're probably exhausted by just fucking listening to it, but this is every single day. This is what my brain is on every single day. And also, remember, during all of this, I've still got to remember, and I've still got to focus on all my fucking coping strategy. I've got to make sure they're in place so I don't get too depressed, so that my bipolar doesn't kick in, so that my autism doesn't go in a bad way. So, do you see the issue? Do you see the way things are kind of Freaky Friday all week? And so, yeah, people notice it sometimes when I'm on Discord, how I'll start doing one thing, I'll get 10% through it, and then I'll open up a new tab and I'll introduce, I've got to go to Amazon because that's just reminded me of something on Amazon, and then from Amazon I'll end up on Reddit, and from Reddit I'll end up on something else, and then about an hour later or 2 hours later, oh yeah, I was actually playing a game, wasn't I? Or I was talking to my AI and we're testing anything, and I've ended up like in 4 or 5 different tangents in different directions because my brain has just decided to go off on one. And this happens all the time. This is all the time. Now the good thing is there's certain things like focuses and anchors that you can use. Like when I'm outside the house, let me stop the vehicle now. In front of me there is so many shinies. There's trees, there's leaves, there's patterns on the floor, there's plants, there's people in the distance, there's the wind, the sun, and that's just looking around me now, and my brain wants to focus on every single one of those, but my hands are gripping the controller and grounding me. That my hands are gripping the steering wheel just like my hands grip the keyboard and mouse when I focus on a game. Just like my brain focuses on the camera when I'm doing my vlog or when I'm streaming on Discord. These things help solidify me for a few minutes, for half an hour, for things like that, and it allows me to function. Sometimes, even when I'm out, and today I'm not going to stay out too long, I need to do a few things, but I had to come out because a warranty thing. I had to do so, yeah. Oh, we're going to talk about that right fucking now. I am never going to fucking buy anything from ASUS again, seriously. Those son of a bitch bastards. Now, ASUS has been in the news for their customer service being a piece of crap. And their customer service is still a big piece of crap, but let me explain something. They do make some good equipment. Their tough series of graphics cards are really good. Their tough series of power supplies are really fucking good. The power supplies come with a 10-year manufacturer's warranty. Understand those words. A 10-year manufacturer's fucking warranty. But one of my power supplies died and it's having to be returned. And of course I contacted ASUS customer service, and do you know what they said? Do you know what it said? We don't deal with these things anymore. You have to go through the people that you bought it from. Yep, literally they said that. They even said, blah 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 in a letter, sorry for the inconvenience, but you need to go through the person that you bought it from, the dealer, which was Amazon. Now thankfully Amazon is pretty good with returns and stuff like that. But at the first stage Amazon said, okay, well, we can do this, but it's out of hours, so we'll have to wait till we talk to them, and you need to talk to them first and get an email from them saying that they won't deal with it. So I had already had that email because that had pointed me to Amazon. So I used that email and gave it to Amazon, and Amazon is replacing it. It's gone back today, it's been sent off. Because now I can go out to my house on my Quingo, I was able to deliver it to the post office, and the power supply is on its way back to Amazon. But let me explain something. Amazon has a limit to the amount of support they will give. Even if you've got one of these support options, it even says on their site, 2 years. 2 years of warranty and service. So what happens at the end of fucking 2 years? What is the point of a 10-year warranty on a fucking power supply? Because a power supply you can swap between multiple computers over time. A good power supply can last years and years and years, and having a power supply that has a manufacturer's fucking 10-year warranty, and then finding out that the little shits at ASUS don't actually deal with it anymore, that they want you to go through Amazon or something else, it's going to cause major problems in the future, because I'm pretty sure that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years in the future, Amazon is not going to want to deal with this shit. So yeah, I will never buy a ASUS product again. They can go suck themselves fucking off. Sorry, but yeah. Sorry, this was supposed to be about ADHD. And then I just went into that. No. Perfect example, yay! So, I will stop this video now, so bye bye for now.